Alright, so the Cube Mix Plus. This has been my favorite tablet out of all the tablets that I have reviewed previously. And it still, I think, is the best bang for your buck. And it has the most features, and the most function, and it has the most pleasant experience out of all the other tablets that I have reviewed. This is an update video for those who are wondering if this tablet is worth getting, how is it held up, and if you should get it. Well, first of all, the price point for this thing is fantastic. Basically, this is going around for $300 usually on sale, which it is right now. And this is a tablet slash laptop hybrid because you can buy this extra dock and it comes in two colors. It comes in the silver or a black version, and you can simply detach the tablet like so and use it as a regular tablet, or you can flip it over and use it like so to watch a video. Or if you're on the go and you want to go back into tablet mode and get some drawings done, you can get the additional pen and get some really good performance when it comes to drawing. And this thing has a ton of performance. It has all that performance to back up pretty much everything. Now, if you are an artist and you are looking to draw and get into drawing, or want an on-the-go drawing tablet that has the performance that you're looking for, especially in Photoshop, Illustrator, and in all those heavy applications that other tablets can't handle, well, this thing is the way to go. Pretty much whatever you throw at it, it will handle it with ease. So a quick overview on this thing. It is running the latest CPU from Intel from the ultra power efficient lineup. And this is the Core M series, and it's fantastic. It's got 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB of SSD storage, not eMMC, SSD. And that is very important because the boot times on this thing are also very, very awesome. So the performance, it's got it. Now let's take a look at the ports. The tablet itself has a pretty decent amount of ports. Now in the next revision, I hope they release a new version because this thing is just simply awesome. What we have is a camera on the front, camera on the back that are good enough for videos. We have a home button right here. And on the left side, we have all the ports. So we have a headset jack, a micro SD card slot. It's a USB 2.0, but that's fine. A USB Type-C port that you can actually also charge in it if you do get a compatible Type-C adapter. And you also have a USB 3.0 OTG port, and it does come with an adapter. And finally, you got the AC adapter port right here, and that is how you mainly charge this thing. It charges fairly quickly. It takes a couple hours to charge, and you got pretty much a full day's use, depending on what you do. Now, if you do regular documents and stuff, it should last you one day. If you do heavy work on it, it should get you around 3 hours of heavy work loads. On the bottom is where the docking station connects. And then you got dual speakers right here. They sound okay. They don't distort, but they're also not fascinating as you'd expect. Then you got the power button and volume controls. And finally on the back we got another camera. And again, it's good enough for video calls. And then if you take a look at the dock here, it's an additional $50 on top of the tablet itself. And it's a really good dock. One thing about it is it's pretty heavy. It's pretty hefty, but it is heavy to keep the tablet from tipping over. But it also gives it a lot of rigidity and strength. And it does protect the tablet if you're on the go. It's very solid. You can see there's minimal flex. The keyboard itself is actually pretty good. It's a chiclet type of keyboard, and it feels pretty good to type on and pretty easy to get used to. That is really nice. The touchpad here also does work. It's kind of small for some people, but there's also one thing about it is that the gestures, if you go down, the Windows gestures will activate, and it often gets triggered by you scrolling down. There's a way to disable it, and I'll try to leave links for it in the description below. But this dock also gives you 2 USB ports on each side. So you get 2 USB 2.0 ports, and yes, they can handle a heavy 4TB external hard drive. So again, you put the tablet back in there and you decide on what kind of orientation you want, and you're good to go. You can start typing and get some work done. Now, if you want to draw, this is where this thing really excels. Now, if you want to draw or do some content creation or editing, this thing can definitely handle that, and it excels when it comes to drawing, and it beats many, probably I would say all the Chewy tablets that Chewy has released. So, let me show you what I mean. Alright, so we're inside Photoshop now, and if you guys are wondering, this is a 1080p IPS screen here. It's obviously a capacitive touchscreen, and also supports 1024 levels of pressure sensitivity. If you're wondering, so yes, it does get all the way to the edges because the pointer is offset. So as you get closer to the edges, the pointer will offset to reach the far edges of the screen. So I believe this was a 7x6 300 dpi canvas, and you can see how fast it keeps up. It has zero problems whatsoever keeping up with the levels of the drawing. And you can see that I could go light, or I could go really heavy, and the tablet has zero problems whatsoever when it comes to that. And yes, it does have an eraser on the back, and I could even erase like that. It's got a single button, a drawing tip, and an eraser tip, and you can remap those if you want. Now, if this is your first time checking out a tablet or looking to buy a drawing tablet, many tablets have problems running Photoshop, so when you draw something, or zoom in or zoom out, you will have jitter all over the place, and the tablet will simply not be able to keep up. This thing, on the other hand, can handle all that with ease. I mean, you can see how easy it is to zoom in and out, and it is keeping up very, very nicely. I could draw, I could have my palm projection go on. When I'm drawing, I could rest my palm and draw something on it. And you know what, let's go ahead and do a 15,000 by 15,000 resolution on this thing and see if it can keep up. If it can keep up, then this thing is a total winner. There we go, so zooming in and out works fine. And once again, you can't see that because the resolution is so high. It has no problems keeping up. And it's just buttery smooth. It's awesome. It feels fantastic. And the best part is this pen does not require any batteries. And it has no issues whatsoever when it comes to tracking. It tracks perfectly fine. No misclicks, no nothing. It works just as intended. And here it is trying to keep up with a 15,000 by 15,000 resolution canvas. And you can see no problems whatsoever. And I have also tried it with multiple layers, and I have done that in the previous video. And it also handles it very well. Also, there's no jitter when drawing with this pen. Other tablets do have jitter. When you draw a single slow line, you'll actually have the pen jitter like that in the screen, and that just ruins the experience and pretty much your canvas. And I have also tested it with a bunch of different programs. Krita runs pretty okay, and you guys know Krita is not even optimized, and this thing can handle it. Clip Studio, Open Canvas, Paint Tool Sai, Alpaca, all those run perfectly fine. Now let's go ahead, run some games, and show you guys what the performance is like on this thing, because this thing is an absolute beast. It can play games, it can run applications, it can do work, you can do rendering, you can do whatever you want on this thing. Of course, it's not the fastest thing, but it is definitely, I would say, the fastest tablet that money can get you at this price range. If you're playing heavy games like PUBG or Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously you're not going to have very nice frame rates. That said, overall, for most casual games, this thing will get the job done. And if this is your first time getting a Windows tablet, this is something I totally recommend getting, since the price point for this thing is pretty awesome. It's pretty up to date when it comes to specs. But there are, of course, some things I would like to see in the next revision, maybe a Cube Mix Plus 2 or a Cube Mix Plus Pro. And if you're an artist of any kind, 3D modeling or graphic design, then this tablet will definitely also satisfy you. It's got the performance, it has a pretty awesome drawing capability with the stylus here, and the performance with the stylus is great. And you should be able to run ZBrush very easily and do 3D modeling that way. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. This is just a quick update to let you guys know what I think about this thing and what my experience has been like with it, and if it's still worth getting. Right now, at this time, I still think it's the best tablet to go for at this time. With all the stuff that it comes with, this is the best tablet that money can get you right now. Until in the future, we don't have a better tablet than this one. Things I would like to see improved in the next revision: I would like to see a Type-C charger included. I would like to see that 3.0 port right here replaced with a full-size USB port, if that is possible, or maybe another Type-C port, a 3.0 SD card slot, and possibly a micro HDMI port. Also, maybe a backlit keyboard will be nice on this thing, but other than that, maybe a better speaker. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this thing. I mean, that's what I would like to see in the next revision. It's pretty much almost perfect, and it is definitely, once again, much better than all the other tablets at this price point. This thing provides you with much more value than all the other tablets out there. If there's a tablet that can compete with this thing, let me know in the comment section below and I'll try to review it. But until then, I'm still eagerly waiting for Cube to release yet another awesome tablet like this one, because I really like the screen. It's a 1080p screen, it doesn't use up too much power, it also doesn't take a hit on performance like what Chewy does. They throw 3K displays on some really low-end CPUs, but this thing, it's perfect. The CPU and 1080p, they go hand in hand, especially for graphic design and drawing. And one more thing, I would like to see better thermals. If you do plan to play games, this thing will get hot a bit, but that is all. So anyways, until then, if you guys have any questions about this thing, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you want like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.